That night, in the Garden of Gethsemane, while Roman soldiers gathered at the gates and Judas prepared his betrayal, Jesus pulled his closest disciples aside. He didn't ask them to pray. He didn't ask for comfort. According to texts that were buried for nearly 2,000 years, he gave them a warning. He spoke of words, 6 words specifically, words that had been planted into the mouths of humanity long before any modern religion existed. Words designed to keep the divine spark trapped inside human flesh. Words that billions of people, Christians, Muslims, Hindus, New Agers, still repeat every single day without understanding what they are actually doing to themselves. If you have ever felt drained after prayer, if you have ever wondered why your deepest spiritual efforts seem to hit an invisible ceiling, if you have ever sensed that something about organized religion feels like a trap rather than a liberation, then what I'm about to share with you will change everything. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is not a metaphor. This is about the hidden architecture of the reality you have been living inside your entire life. By the end of this video, you will know the 6 words you must stop saying immediately, and more importantly, you will learn the recognition language that breaks the system's hold on your soul forever. To understand why these words are dangerous, you first need to understand who planted them. Most people believe they are praying to the creator of the universe, but the ancient Gnostics, the original mystics whose teachings were systematically hunted down and destroyed by the early church, knew a terrifying secret. They taught that the world we see, this material universe of decay, death, and suffering, was not created by the ultimate source. They taught that it was created by an impostor, a fractured consciousness they called the Demiurge. In the Apocryphon of John, a secret Gnostic text, this being is described as a lion-faced serpent named Yaldabaoth. He is a being of ignorance and arrogance who believes himself to be the only God because he cannot perceive the realm of light above him. He constructed this physical universe as a containment system, a prison made of matter and time. And he didn't work alone. He created servants called archons, cosmic rulers or guards. In modern terms, you might call them interdimensional entities or even AI programs running the simulation. Their sole purpose is to maintain the prison and keep the divine sparks, that's you, trapped in a cycle of reincarnation. But here is the critical flaw in their system, and this is the key to your freedom. The archons cannot create energy. They have no connection to the eternal source, the monad. They are parasites. To survive, they must harvest energy from beings who do have a connection to source. That implies they must harvest from us. They feed on low-frequency emissions, fear, guilt, shame, desire, and conflict. But their favorite food source, the most potent vintage of energy they can extract? Worship. When you direct your energy outward to an external deity, when you bow, when you beg, when you declare yourself small and powerless, you are literally feeding the warden of your own prison. They didn't stop religion, they infiltrated it. They took your authentic desire for the divine and twisted it into a system of energy extraction.
Before we get to the specific words, you must understand the mechanism. Why do words matter? Why can't we just intend good things? Because in this reality, sound is the architect of matter. Look at the word spell. To write a word is to spell it. To cast magic is to cast a spell. This is not a coincidence of language, it is a revelation of function. The ancient Aramaic phrase abracadabra literally translates to "I create as I speak." Science is just now catching up to this ancient knowledge through the study of cymatics. If you play a specific frequency into a plate of sand, the sand rearranges itself into perfect geometric patterns. The sound commands the matter into form. Now imagine your voice is that frequency, and your reality is the sand. When you speak words of submission, you are not just making noises, you are arranging the geometry of your energetic field into a shape that is compatible with the archon feeding tubes. You are structurally aligning yourself to be harvested. The archons understood this physics eons ago. They knew they couldn't force humans to give up their power because the divine spark is sovereign. It cannot be taken, it must be given. So they engineered a vocabulary of consent, a Trojan horse of language that sounds holy, feels traditional, but vibrates with the frequency of slavery.
In December 1945,